How are you? Happy Tuesday. We are coming off the Thanksgiving kind of lull of getting away from work and all of those things. And so I was so anxious to get back. I love Thanksgiving. It's my favorite holiday of all time. I absolutely love it, but I was so ready to get back and get started in my business and kind of get back to what I love to do. So I hope you all had a wonderful holiday weekend if you are in the US, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves and were able to kind of take a load off and take a break and reset. I think Thanksgiving is a really good time to reset. So something I've noticed over the last several months is that I've noticed a lot of people in our industry in network marketing are really caring so much about what other people think. And I do it too. So I'm not shaming you for doing that. It's something that I absolutely do as well. And I just wanted to discuss it for a second. I don't have a lot of time because I have to go and pick up my son, but I just wanted to chime in here and get your thoughts on this. For a very long time, I always cared what everyone thought about everything. I made almost all of my decisions based on what will people think. And I didn't know that wasn't a good thing to do. It's just how I ran my life for so long. Even in my childhood, when I was making decisions with friends, it was all about what will people think. And I didn't have a real strong sense of self. I wasn't very confident, you guys, at all. I was super shy, really uncertain of myself, definitely a follower. Like I was a leader in my head. I thought I was a leader, but I was a follower in my behavior and my action. And I made almost every decision based on what would people think. Well, what will people think? Well, what will people think? Like the whole world is watching what Chris Denton is going to do next. Like I'm some movie star and everybody's going to judge me and watch what I'm doing. And over time, when I got involved in network marketing and had the wonderful gift of personal development brought into my life, I also had a ton of marriage counseling, and I still see a counselor, and my kids still see a counselor to this day once a month. Once I had personal development brought into my life and counseling and self-awareness, I realized that I really had a problem with this. I was not making decisions based on what would be good for me. I was basing my decisions on what will people think. And if you really think about it and you do some reading on this, it's quite paralyzing. It's super lonely. It doesn't really make you very successful or very happy. I was making decisions for my family, but decisions with friends. I mean, so many different decisions were being made based on what will other people think. And I was making a lot of business decisions and personal decisions for others, which is paralyzing. So how do you get out of that? I still do it. I'll be honest with you. I still fall back in that pattern. Remember, it's something that I did my entire life. I still have those times when I fall back and I'm not as confident, as I might seem today. And I kind of fall back into that self-doubt and what will people think? So here's a great example. I recently transitioned businesses, and I've moved businesses after my last business was about a year and a half. I think just over a year and a half. That's pretty quick. That's a pretty quick move. And so I, of course, well, what will people think if I leave? I just made a transition a year and a half ago, and what will they think if I, don't follow so-and-so and I go out on my own, and what will they think if I get into this category and that wasn't the category I was in before, and what will people think? Okay. And I'm not actually saying what will people think, but that's what's going on in my mind. And it's very paralyzing, meaning you can't take the next step forward when you're in that place. And so when you do the reading or the personal development, and you listen to Jim Rohn and all these other legends in network marketing, and you go on Google and enter in what will people think, why do I care what people think, quotes, images, and just read through the series of images and quotes that you will see. And everywhere, everything that you read, you will not be happy. You will not be successful if you are not doing things for you. And you have to just get that off your shoulder. You have to let it go. The second you let it go, you are going to soar, I promise you. And it might be a little uncomfortable. When I started doing things for me because I wanted to do them and I knew it was the right decision for me, And I knew I might get some backlash and some eye rolls and whatever it was. It was really difficult because remember, my whole life I've cared what people think of me. Okay. So it was very difficult. I almost had to go off social media for a while and just do my thing. But then once you get in the groove and you practice that behavior, it's very freeing. Believe me, it is so freeing. So in this current situation, where I'm changing businesses, and I know a lot of you are as well. It's network marketing. There's a number of awesome opportunities at our fingertips right now. Why do I care what people think? Like, it's my decision. It's my business. I'm an entrepreneur. I made a decision to make a change that was right for me and my journey and my career, and opportunity knocks on the door all the time. And so why would I care what other people think? But a lot of us do. We really do. And what you'll find, which I think is really funny, and I'm only sharing this because it's happened to me so many times, people are not watching you as closely as you think they are. They really aren't. I've talked to a couple people recently, and they thought I was still with my former company that I was with like 4 years ago. And they interact on my Facebook pages, and I see them, out in the community at school and at business functions. Like, people are not, like, they have their own lives. They have their own things that they're dealing with. They are not watching you as closely as you probably think they are. And so I think sometimes we give ourselves so much credit, like everybody's watching my every move and everybody cares every move I make. And they don't care. They have their own things to worry about. So I think when you kind of make light of it a little bit and think, yes, you are important, but people aren't watching you as closely as you probably think they are. You need to move fast, make changes, say yes, go, turn the corner, start another business, get a new job, dump your girlfriend if you need to. I mean, whatever it is, just like go, make the changes, do the action. And just do what's right for you, because what happens is you go quicker. You make decisions faster. You are stronger. You are more confident. You create momentum faster. And you just get all the BS out of the way. And it is an awesome feeling. So I was just talking to somebody today, because they were in that zone of really caring what other people think. Like, I don't know, what will people think? And, I've changed a couple of times or whatever it may be. And I totally identify and understand that. I really do. I think a lot of you do, because we've been in that situation. I think women care about it a lot more than men. And I think we have to really recognize that as women, that no, you get to make changes. You get to move on. You get to start something new. You get to do a new opportunity if you want to, and go crazy, because your posture and the confidence you have in your new decision, that's what propels you forward. That's what people are attracted to. They're attracted to your strong posture and your excitement. I spoke to some people recently. They didn't even ask me about my previous company that I left. It didn't matter, because I'm so excited about what I'm doing now. That was the topic of interest, and that's what we talked about. People don't really care. They really don't. So it didn't even come up. I mean, I just think all of us, especially you women out there, we have to work harder on making decisions, make them quicker, be confident in your decision, and you will be so much happier. You'll be such a better leader, and you'll be so much freer if you don't care what people think. Side note, before I run out the door, this doesn't mean do whatever because it doesn't matter what people think, meaning being disrespectful or distrustful or rude or inappropriate or lack etiquette and all of those things. I don't mean that. Like, do whatever it takes, and act unprofessionally. I certainly don't mean that at all. I just mean don't care so much what people think when you're making the right decision that is wonderful and appropriate and exciting for you. Move forward, make the decision, move on, next page, turn the book, and let's go. It's the best. I have evolved a lot in this area. And I still go back to my little girl self. It just happens, but I've evolved so much in this area, and it has totally made me more successful in business. It's business, you guys. It's not personal. It's business. Make your decisions, move on, and let's get going and kill it. To your good fortune. Have a great night. Thanks for listening, and comment below any thoughts you have on this topic. I learned just as much from you as you may learn from me. Good night.